Live from the Sky News Weather Centre, this is the 10-minute briefing.
Good morning, thanks for joining us live here on Sky News Weather. Welcome to the 10-minute briefing. I'm Emma Ralph, and today we're joined by our Chief Meteorologist, Tom Saunders.
And on the briefing today, we're all getting excited because it is raining over South Australia, and that rain will spread through to southeastern Australia over the next couple of days. Looking at the heaviest falls so far this year, we'll have all the details there. Now, already this week, we've had some rain along the east coast, and that was also much needed. You can see the Gold Coast this morning looking very wet. They've had over 25 millimetres of rain. Here's another shot from southeast Queensland. Quite heavy rain, large raindrops coming down. Some of the falls there, even in excess of 40 millimetres just along the coastal fringe of Queensland over the past 24 hours. And Emma, a very foggy start to the day in Sydney, although it's starting to clear up.
It certainly was a foggy start to the day. Visibility was reduced down to about 50 metres in some areas in Western Sydney. There were reports that we did have a couple of domestic flights cancelled in and out of Sydney Airport, and it did also delay some ferries as well. So a little bit of disruption this morning for morning commuters in Sydney, but that did rise pretty quickly. And Sydney, we're going to see a lot drier conditions than what we have seen over the past couple of days. We have seen great falls across the coast of New South Wales. Sydney picked up around 50 millimetres in just 2 days.
Yeah, and in the 24 hours to 9 o'clock this morning, Yamba had over 90 millimetres, and Mount Seaview had a similar total. Let's take a look at the radar, because we've had heavy falls yesterday in Sydney. Now, all that rain is what led to the fog this morning because of the abundant moisture left over at the surface. Now, going north now, this is where we've got the heaviest rain this morning. Northern rivers of New South Wales, and check out southeast Queensland. Heavy showers through the Gold Coast, the Sunshine Coast, and now also across Brisbane. What you'll note, though, just looking at that radar, in the last hour, it has started to ease off. So that's going to be the end of this little rain event we've had this week along the east coast. But wasn't it much needed rain, because over the past 3 months we've almost had no significant rainfall, for example, in Sydney.
It certainly was much needed rain, and whilst we did see some good falls over the past couple of days across the east coast, unfortunately we haven't seen much rain at all throughout the inland areas where we do need it most in the southeast. But there is some good news on the way. It looks very dry here right now in Western New South Wales, but Tom, we have some good news.
Finally, a northwest cloud band. This is what we're waiting for. Now, we normally see a couple of these in autumn. Well, definitely not in 2018. That's from the central west of New South Wales. There's no grass. That's how dry it has been. And we could have taken a shot from any town, really, through New South Wales, northern Victoria, South Australia. That's what it would look like. But here comes some rain. It's already raining in the western part of South Australia. Nullabore's had 6 millimetres. That rain will increase over the next 24 hours and spread further east. The peak of this event will be on Thursday for most areas. Solid falls. Farming areas of South Australia, northern parts of Victoria, and also the southern inland of New South Wales. That takes us up to 3 o'clock there on Friday. But as we move into Friday afternoon, Friday evening, that rain will continue to move further east.
It is excellent news there for those much needed areas. What kind of rainfall totals are we expecting?
So we're expecting widespread falls, about 10 to 15 millimetres of rain. Now, this will be falling, most of it Friday, early Saturday. There it is again. This is now going into Friday afternoon and Saturday morning. Solid falls right along the Murray River there. And this will be the heaviest rain so far this year for some towns. I mean, Broken Hill the entire year has only picked up 12 millimetres of rain. We're going to take a look at the 8-day totals now we expect, because we are thinking another band of rain will come through early next week. That's going to add to these totals, and that's why you look at this map. That darker green along the Murray River shows 25 to 50 millimetres of rain over the next week. And look at South Australia. Most farming areas, agricultural, southern pastoral, also looking at about 25 to 50 millimetres of rain over the next week.
And that chart is certainly looking a lot more promising than what we have seen in recent times, Tom. It's looking good. It
looks fantastic. Now, it's not going to break the drought. One rain event doesn't break a drought. And the deficits that have developed over the past 3 months, even up to 200 millimetres. So we need another 200 millimetres to make up for that lack of rain. But look, farmers aren't going to be complaining. This is a solid fall coming through over the next couple of days, and we're expecting another band to come through between Monday and Wednesday. Now, it's early days. The models are predicting maybe even a third band will come through towards the end of next week, so we'll keep an eye on that.
We sure will, and of course we will keep you up to date with all of the latest information on that rain which is on the way. Now, in the west, we've also seen some wet weather for you. both across the Pilbara where we have seen some flooding rain, and also in the southwest. Tom, we have another cold front moving through, and we've seen some fairly good falls throughout the Perth area.
Yeah, we're not forgetting about WA. Perth's had its wettest start to winter in 10 years, already more than 40 millimetres falling this month. Further north, we've had falls of 100 millimetres through the northern Gascoyne, through the Pilbara this week. There's still a warning for flash flooding right now around the Port Hedland area. For the Southwest Land Division, well, there's the current radar. We can see there's still showers moving through Perth, and they will continue today. Now, for WA, we're going to see another front coming through this weekend, and that's going to bring some solid falls for the Southwest Land Division again. So, farmers in the west of the country, farmers in the east of the country, I think they're going to be pretty happy right now because things are starting to turn around.
Everyone's happy. It is a good news day when it comes to weather.
It's a good news day for most areas, absolutely. We should mention, though, we do have a couple of warnings out. Damaging winds later today and early Friday for the Victorian Ranges and for the east coast of Tasmania, gusts up to 100 k's an hour.
Now stay tuned, we'll take a short break, but when we come back we'll be taking a look at the latest at the Kilauea volcano on the Big Island in Hawaii, and we'll also have a detailed forecast for your day-to-day around the country.
Rain. It's going to be wetter than it has been for quite a while by the looks of it, which is good. Good news.
Thanks for joining us. Back with us live here on the Sky News Weather and the 10-minute briefing, and it certainly was a foggy start to the day in Sydney. How impressive does this look? You can barely see the Harbour Bridge.
That's magical, it's beautiful, but that fog is starting to burn off. Although it's that time of year, isn't it? We see fog so frequently, and there's a pretty good chance we'll have fog again through southeastern Australia waking up on Friday morning.
Now changing pace and taking you across the globe for our international weather news. More than 100 homes have been destroyed from a lava surge of the Kilauea volcano on Hawaii's Big Island. Here's the latest details.
Hundreds of homes gone this week, falling victim to lava from the Kilauea volcano.
I'm real sad. I've always considered myself a tenant of Pele, so this may be my eviction notice.
I kissed my house goodbye when I left. I really did. You could feel the love in the walls.
Over the past few days, much of the damage was reported in Kapoho and Vacation Land. And officials say they have no way to predict when the destruction will cease.
It's a lot easier to forecast when an eruption will begin than to forecast when one will end.
Lava is covering an 8 square mile area, or about 0.2% of the entire island.
Depending on where the flow goes, it could be more damage ahead. So we're watching it.
And there are other concerns as well.
Actually, what's really been keeping me up at night are the earthquakes. So it's been up at the summit just rocking and rolling about every other day.
There have been more than 12,000 tremors since May 4th, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The island historically averages about 1,000 per month. But despite all the damage and uncertainty about the future, there may be reason for optimism. A rainbow was spotted at the Kilauea volcano Tuesday.
Unbelievable scenes, aren't they? I can't get enough of that, although it's just devastating. It just goes on, and we've now lost hundreds of homes across that big island. Also, we still have that eruption taking place in Guatemala. It's very active right now.
It's all about the volcanoes.
All right, let's have a look at the weather around the country then for the rest of today. For Queensland, well, we've got showers along the southern Queensland coast, even the risk of isolated storms just along that coastal fringe, but it is easing back. We saw the radar before, so by this afternoon, look, most of Queensland's back to dry weather. For New South Wales, showers easing for the north coast and adjacent ranges. Early storms will have already cleared up, and we do have a dry day for the rest of the country. For Victoria, well, we've got generally just a dry day today for the central and eastern areas, but cloud increasing through the west with isolated showers developing this afternoon. That rain will increase overnight. Melbourne probably won't get that rain until about midnight. Showers about northern Tasmania, extending to western and central areas in the afternoon and the evening. 30% chance of an evening shower in Hobart. Strong winds developing though. We've got a warning for the east coast of Tassie and the Victorian Ranges. That's for later Friday, early Saturday. Rain spreading through South Australia, affecting most of the state. Best falls will be around the northern agricultural and southern pastoral districts perhaps. Showers through the southwest land division, although dry just inland from Albany and Esperance. Rain continuing for the Pilbara, but easing over the next 24 hours, and it is a dry day across the NT.
Stay tuned for continuing weather coverage. We'll be back with your latest live update shortly.